Cock-a-doodle-doo. Good to see you guys. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the channel. And today we're talking about something very important. Today we're talking about an apocalypse scenario. Let's say it hits the fan, zombies are everywhere, and you need a food source. Well, I have just the thing for you. And this right here will save the day. Oh, sweetie. This right here will save the day. Huh, sweetie? Let's talk about that. So you're probably asking, why rabbits? Why are rabbits such a good food source? Well, let me tell you why. Are they kind of expensive? Yeah, they are kind of expensive. Are they expensive to upkeep? Are rabbits expensive to manage? Absolutely. Does it work out in the end? You bet it is. So, you're probably asking, what's so great about the rabbit? Well, let me tell you about it. Number one, rabbits are very good breeders. Very good indeed. Rabbits can have 1 to 14 babies at once. They're called kits. Average 6 to 8. All right, very important. And also, mommy rabbits can have babies within hours of just giving birth, so they can get bred again and over and over and over. But I would not recommend doing that. Very important. Okay. Number 2, rabbits. Rabbits have a very good lifespan between 3 to 5 years, which is pretty good for a rabbit, because out in the wild they live like 1 to 2, bare minimum, because you know how the wild is and such. So you're probably wondering, what is this? Well, probably in your world this is called a cage. The correct term is tractor. Why is it called a tractor? Well, I'll tell you why it's called a tractor. It's called a tractor because normally this would be on ground level, moving, and they're getting new grass. But because these are mommy rabbits, they're up in the air, they stand still. That way, it's less of a chance that we hurt their babies. Another reason why rabbits are such good for food is because how long it takes to wait before you get to eat them. You have about 3 months before they reach the appropriate weight between 1.5 and 3.5 pounds. They're called fries. Why are they called fries? Because they're smaller than usual. Because you can actually wait about 8 months when it's weighed about 4 pounds, and they're called roasters. Why are they called roasters? Because they're slightly bigger than the fryers. That's why. Rabbits, most of the time, they're good moms. They do what they're supposed to do. Sometimes you get that mom that doesn't care. I've had mommy rabbits have actually eaten their own babies, so I'd be careful of that. Big time. I'm also wondering, Josiah, what kind of rabbits do you have? Well, let me tell you what kind of rabbits I have. I have what is called white New Zealand's, Californians, and black New Zealand's. I would recommend getting white rabbits because, you know, they're better and superior in every way to black rabbits. Just joking. I prefer white rabbits because the sun reflects off of white, so it makes them cooler, as in with black rabbits. Black absorbs heat, it actually makes it hotter. Remember that. And actually, they gotta have more water and all that. As in with white rabbits, they can have less water and all that. I think it's quite nice. But yeah, it's quite nice. You can use, yeah, and yeah. And then you're probably wondering the upkeeping of rabbits. What's that like? Well, let me show you. So basically, I'd say you can make all sorts of stuff with the meat. You can use the legs for wings. You can make pemmican. If you're wondering what pemmican is, it's like jerky. And jerky lasts a long time. It's a lot like hay. Uh, it loses about 80%. You still got the meat. It's like the pack around. It lasts a long time. All that stuff. It comes to these rabbits right here. Hi. This one's a good girl. Except she's trying to bite me right now. So you're probably, what's going on with the upkeeping and all that? Well, we have these, on the floor of these, we have panels that they walk around on, and when they poop or pee, it goes under, and it goes under here. Goes right under in here. And you can use that for, compost, to help your vegetables grow, because let's be honest, poop helps those veggies grow for some reason. But I'm not a big fan of vegetables. I like meat. That's why I have these rabbits instead. What do you need? Well, of course you need a cage, a water bottle, bowl, and whenever they have babies, before they do, you're going to need a basket for the babies. So they can make their nest and stuff. Huh, sweetie? Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. So when it comes to these rabbits, upkeeping, it's not a whole lot of time consuming. It's like 7 hours a week, hour a day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. Except I just feed them once a day. I just double their portion in the morning and leave it as that. But it's important that you have a book when you write down everything that you need to know about who bred to who, what date they were bred, that way you can expect the day, because their pregnancy is about a month, as I stated earlier. But yeah, huh, sweetie? Yeah. It's pretty fun. Pretty easy, like I said, to upkeep, and all that. The only problems you gotta deal with, I'd recommend keeping them outside or in a hole. I would not recommend letting them out loose and digging up, making a mess. It'll be harder for you to get the babies out and do that. So for this operation to technically work, you're gonna need some land. I'd recommend like a couple of acres out of townish. I'd recommend that. I would also recommend getting a few of these. One of these separated to keep all of them separated from each other, and then one big old tractor to put all the babies in, separated from genders. That way, no girls get pregnant over there. Alright, and I'd recommend keeping them spaced out whenever they get pregnant, because after that, they'll kind of go at each other a little bit, because that's what moms do. They like to protect their kids. Yeah. Water, very important. Food, also very important. I will now. So let's take a look at what I'm feeding the rabbits and how much I'm feeding the rabbits. So that's also very important. So you're probably wondering now, how much do I feed these rabbits? What do I feed them? So now we're going to go over how much to feed them and what I feed them. So here's what I feed them. I feed them rabbit pellets, just like this. They're like 20-something bucks over at the feed store. Are they a little pricey? Yes. Can I find a cheaper one? Probably. So I use this, and then I also use hay as well, just to give them like a real grass. Just like that. These work out pretty well. I'm gonna show you now. Okay, now let's take a look. Let me feed them. Watch it. Let's go. Okay, so you're gonna get your bowl. Okay, you can use a glass one. I prefer me and my family get. So what? Okay, so what we do is we just go out and we get some bowls. They're cheap from like the thrift store. They're like $3 you get, because if you get them normally somewhere else, they're like 5 or 10. kind of expensive, so just go there, get some of these. They work just fine. They're cheaper. It works out. So what I do is I give them two handfuls, two good sized handfuls of pellets. I'll show you that now. Handfuls like that. I'll get to you in a minute. Just like that. And then a good handful of hay. You don't have to put it in the bowl. I do though, it's alright. And then you just stick around and then you do that and then you repeat that process how many rabbits you have. Very important that you water, feed to keep them alive. That's very important. So now we're gonna go over weight problems and such. So the problem. So I'm showing you how much we're supposed to feed them because you don't want your rabbits too fat or too skinny. Because if they're too fat or too skinny, then they can't breed and it's a problem. And then they gotta go on a diet and then you gotta wait longer for food. It's a whole thing. So just keep that in mind, okay? Very important. Yeah, I like rabbits because they're easy. Are they for kids? Not always. I've had rabbits that have bit me and scratched me. I've also had rabbits that just chilled out, like the one I showed you. She was just chilling out. I'll go over that now. They can have 6 to 8 babies average. They can also butcher them at 3 months old. Remember, those are called fryers. They're easy to take care of. They take about an hour of your day. For me, 7 hours a week. Can you make money off this? Yes, you can. Will I probably do it though? Yeah, I probably will, because, you know. So remember, they're easy to manage, good source of food, and just really good to be around and teach your kids, because it's better than giving them a goldfish. Alright? And remember to get a notebook to always make sure who bred to who, what time they got bred at, that way you can figure out when the next time they're having babies. Alright, so roosters going out. You'll have a beautiful day. Be safe wherever you're going. God bless you. And always remember that these animals were given to us by God. So it is our job to take care of these animals appropriately. And always stay safe. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Cock-a-doodle-doo out.